Hello everyone, today I'm excited to introduce the SP version of ZW3D 2025. After the release of ZW3D 2025 SP, we have made numerous improvements in the SP version following several months of market feedback. We've introduced new features while extensively optimizing existing ones based on user feedback. These enhancements significantly boost design efficiency, further strengthening ZW3D's capabilities and user experience. Today, I will present the top 10 new features and improvements in the SP version. First is New Solid Compare. In SP version, for Compare Parts function, apart from Face Compare, we add the new option of Solid Compare. Then is Mouse Behavior Setting expansion. In ZW3D 2025, left mouse button is supported for mouse behavior customization. The Pierce Transparency, it was optimized from the previous Ignore Transparency function. For 3D BOM, ZW3D 2025 SP version add the Legend property which could enabling users to view thumbnails of assembly components in 3D BOM. The Smart Fastener optimization also has been improved to adding nuts and gaskets in batches for fasteners of different sizes. In assembly design, during the moving the components, the Move command supports cross-level selection of target locations currently. For 2D sheet, Regenerate all sheets are now supported. And Isometric Section View are now supports adds the Inherit PMI function and adds the Orient View tool. After finished all the 2D sheets design, ZW3D 2025 SP provides a Stitch Export function to stitch together drawing sheets on the same sheet. Let's start with the first improvement of ZW3D 2025 SP. The new Solid Compare. Previously, when user used the Compare Parts function, they could only use the Face Compare. However, in the SP version, it supports comparing the solid differences between two parts and displays the differences using different colors. It helps the users to compare the differences in a more intuitive way. For the mouse behavior setting, ZW3D 2025 SP adds the configuration item of the left mouse button, which provides the setting methods of left mouse button plus mouse middle button, and left mouse button plus right mouse button, for rotation, zoom, screen rotation shaft and gestures and other operations, so that users can do more operations with one hand. To optimize the user selection experience and make it more convenient for users to choose between transparent objects and shaded objects behind them, ZW3D 2025 SP has optimized the function of Ignore Transparency and changed it to Pierce Transparency. When shaded objects are obscured by transparent objects, you can select shaded objects through the transparent objects in ZW3D 2025 SP. However, if there are no shaded objects behind the transparent objects can be selected. In some scenarios of assembly pattern design, the spacing of each pattern objects sometimes are not the same. Therefore, in ZW3D 2025 SP, variable spacing pattern is added, which allows users to fill the spacing in a table to create variable spacing pattern. Regarding 3D BOM in assembly design, ZW3D 2025 SP added the Legend property, enable users to view thumbnails of assembly components in 3D BOM. This could help the designer and their partner to check the 3D BOM in a more intuitive way. During the assembly design, when inserting standard fasteners in assembly, the Smart Fastener functions is an efficient way for users to insert. And in ZW3D 2025 SP version, we optimize this function to make it more convenient than before. Now it supports adding nuts and gaskets in batches for fasteners of different sizes, and modifying the length and nominal diameter parameters of fasteners in batches. Another improvement in assembly is that the Move command supports cross-level selection of target locations right now. When you select a component to move, you can move it point to point. You can directly select objects on other level components as the reference for moving, and quickly move the component. As for the 2D sheet, in ZW3D 2025 SP version, it supports Regenerate all sheet. When you made some modifications of models and call out Regen layout views, it provides a new option of regeneration of all sheets of the current drawing, which could help users to save the time of repeat clicking. Moreover, ZW3D 2025 SP optimizes the isometric section view of the engineering drawing. In the latest version, the Inherit PMI function is added. This option includes Inherit Parallel PMI, Inherit All PMI, and Inherit from View. Besides, the new Isometric Section function also adds the Orient View tool. It's supporting flexible positioning of sectional view projection direction. In some industries such as connectors and mold industry, they commonly stitch together drawing sheets on the same sheet for export. ZW3D 2025 SP provides a stitch export function to meet such requirement. In this updated version, it supports splicing and exporting a single Z3DRW file containing multiple drawings into DWG or DXF files in model space. Moreover, it also supports arranging according to the set distance in the X or Y direction. In addition to the new features and enhancements introduced in the previous slides, ZW3D 2025 SP includes numerous other optimizations and improvements. This slide highlights additional updates, which we won't elaborate on here. For more details, please refer to the What's New document. Alright, that's all for today's introduction. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask our technical team. Thank you for your time and hope you will enjoy it.